Question 174. You have moved multiple terabytes worth of unstructured data into the Amazon S3 infrastructure and you are concerned with the durability of the data. What is the key benefit of using Amazon S3 that you should consider? And the options are: A. Data is automatically distributed across 3 availability zones within a region. B. Data can be copied to AWS Snowball to increase durability. C. Amazon S3 uses Amazon Kinesis data firehose to secure the data at rest. And the correct answer is option A. Data is automatically distributed across 3 availability zones within a region. Explanation. Within the Amazon Simple Storage Service infrastructure, data is automatically distributed across 3 availability zones within a region. Amazon S3 provides object-level storage. You would use this option if you need to access the data more frequently. The Amazon S3 infrastructure offers 4 storage types, which include S3 Standard IA, S3 Standard, Amazon Glacier, and S3 One Zone. Amazon S3 ensures durable storage for static content by using versioning and checksums as well as replication to multiple storage facilities. Amazon Kinesis data firehose allows you to functionally manage live streaming data and process the data into several Amazon environments. It is not used in transforming your data to be more durable. AWS Snowball is an AWS storage solution used for moving large amounts of data with a physical storage device that is transported to the data center location and back to Amazon by passing a connection to the internet. This is a tool for creating data durability during the transfer of data, not after it resides in Amazon S3. Data is not copied directly to the customer's on-premises system after the data is moved to Amazon S3. Customer data typically moves to the Amazon S3 infrastructure and away from their on-premises system. Next question. Which of the following is not a disaster recovery deployment technique? And the options are: A. Pilot light, B. Warm standby, C. Single site, D. Multi-site. And the correct answer is option C. Single site. Explanation. There is no DR method as single site. Please refer the below image for disaster recovery options. Next question. You need to migrate millions of financial transaction records from the mainframe system to an AWS non-relational database. Additionally, the database should provide reliable performance when retrieving and analyzing data. Which of the following database services is the most suitable? And the options are: A. Amazon RDS, B. Amazon Redshift, C. Amazon Elasticache, D. Amazon DynamoDB. And the correct answer is option D. Amazon DynamoDB. Explanation. DynamoDB is a non-relational database. DynamoDB provides DynamoDB Accelerator, which is a fully managed, highly available in-memory cache. This will help us speed up the performance of data retrieval that we require. DynamoDB also had a feature called DynamoDB Streams that enables real-time capture of data changes using event notifications. This helps applications to perform analytics on real-time streaming data to build dashboards without impacting database performance. The stream events are asynchronous in nature to consuming applications like a Lambda function, since the customer's transactional data is highly confidential and huge in volume. A robust, scalable, secure, and performant data store like DynamoDB will be the best fit for our scenario. Option A is incorrect. Here, we are exclusively talking about non-relational database, huge data volumes, data retrieval, and data analytics. RDS databases are most useful for heavy transaction processing systems. They also do not exhibit automatic partitioning capabilities with increased data volume and stream processing capabilities like a NoSQL database like DynamoDB provides. Option B is incorrect. Amazon Redshift is a data warehousing solution primarily used for operational analytics on business events. Data warehouse may comprise a big collection of an enterprise structure and semi-structured data that can be used to build powerful reports and dashboards using business intelligence tools. Since we only have the customer's transactional data for our scenario, Redshift will not be a good fit here. Option C is incorrect. We are talking about the scenario for a data migration of on-premise mainframe data, which will require a permanent, secure data store for storing the highly sensitive customer's financial data. Caching solutions are typically in-memory data and stores used for supporting applications requiring sub-milliseconds response times. Caching solutions usually maintain a subset of the data present in a data store that does not change frequently. Also, caching solutions do not provide any facilities for performing real-time data analytics, although they provide the best performance compared to any other data storage solutions. Next question. Your company has certain applications running on-premises 24/7. With a consistent load, they plan to move to the AWS cloud. What is the economic feature that will most benefit them? And the options are A. Pay as you go. B. Save when you reserve. C. Pay less by using more. D. Pay per compute time. And the correct answer is option B. Save when you reserve. Explanation. From the scenario, we can see that the on-premises application's workload is continuous and stable. For these kinds of applications, it is easy to predict upfront capacity. Also, since the application runs continuously, I will benefit by reserving capacity for a certain period of time. Since there is continuous uses of these applications with a predictable load, it will be best for me to reserve capacity upfront, period of 1 to 3 years. That will provide a substantial discount of 30 to 50% compared to its on-demand counterparts. Option A is incorrect. The pay-as-you-go model will be best used for workloads used for short durations and have unpredictable load. On-demand EC2 instances will be the best fit for this purpose. Option C is incorrect. Pay less by using more refers to volume discounts provided by AWS for increased uses. Option D is incorrect. Pay per compute time refers to the use of serverless architectures like Lambda, where you pay only for the time when the compute resources are running. Unlike EC2 pay-as-you-go pricing, AWS provisions resources for executing Lambda functions on the fly and removes them immediately after execution. So, there is no idle utilization time that needs to be accounted for. Since our scenario consists of long-running applications, this option will be impractical for users. Next question. Your client who has adopted AWS cloud services wants to ensure that their systems scale with increased traffic. To meet the requirement, you have implemented auto-scaling, scale-in and scale-out policies, as well as CloudWatch alarms that trigger auto-scaling. What principles of cloud architecture design have you implemented here? Select two options. And the options are A. Encryption, B. Operational excellence, C. Performance efficiency, D. Cost optimization. And the correct answer is option B. Operational excellence and C. Performance efficiency. Explanation. Looking at the scenario, a good end user experience is attached to systems being performant with increasing load on them. A combination of load balancing and auto-scaling enables a system to handle increase in load by spinning new instances to which the load will be distributed, not to saturate resources like CPU and memory on a single server instance. For the auto-scaling itself to work efficiently, there needs to be a good monitoring system that can track resource utilization and enable automation. The scenario combines the operational excellence and the performance efficiency architecture design principles. Option B is correct. The monitoring mechanism used here is CloudWatch for enabling auto-scaling to happen by tracking resource utilization metrics like CPU and memory uses. The operational excellence pillar focuses on monitoring system that will deliver continuous business value by providing automation, responding to events within the system. In our scenario, automating the system's scalability through monitoring will help maintain the desired performance levels. Option C is correct. The performance efficiency pillar focuses on monitoring the performance of a system. CloudWatch metrics help monitor a system's performance by using metrics like CPU, memory, disk, utilization, etc. Automating tasks like auto-scaling using CloudWatch alarms and defining scaling policies will ensure that the client's performance requirements will always be met with when there is an increase in traffic. Option A is incorrect. This scenario does not describe anything about data encryptions, so that this option is not selected. Option D is incorrect. In spite of using scale-in and scale-out policies, I can be benefited from cutting down idle resource utilization cost. The scenario deals more with performance and operational aspects. Option E is incorrect. Least privilege is a security principle which is not mentioned in the question. Next question. Which of the following statements accurately describe a function of AWS Secrets Manager? Select two options. And the options are: A. Encrypts authentication information in code, ensuring that it is unreadable, that is, not in plain text. B. Replaces the need to hardcode authentication credentials in source code. C. Makes it possible to include an API call in code that retrieves authentication information from a central repository. D. Automatically rotates and updates the code in the application built, ensuring that repositories are kept up to date. And the correct answer is option B. Replaces the need to hardcode authentication credentials in source code. And C. Makes it possible to include an API call in code that retrieves authentication information from a central repository. Explanation. AWS Secrets Manager helps you protect secrets needed to access your applications, services, and IT resources. The service enables you to easily rotate, manage, and retrieve database credentials, API keys, and other secrets throughout their life cycle. Users and applications retrieve secrets with a call to Secrets Manager APIs, eliminating the need to hardcode sensitive information in plain text. Secrets Manager offers secret rotation with built-in integration for Amazon Relational Database Service, Amazon Redshift, and Amazon Document DB. Also, the service is extensible to other types of secrets, including API keys and auth tokens. In addition, Secrets Manager enables you to control access to secrets using fine-grained permissions and audit secret rotation centrally for resources in the AWS cloud, third-party services, and on-premises. Option A is incorrect because AWS Secrets Manager does not encrypt authentication information whilst it is in the code. Option D is incorrect because AWS Secrets Manager does not automatically rotate or update the application code. Rather, it automatically rotates the secret in accordance with specified schedules. Option E is incorrect because AWS Secrets Manager does not facilitate embedding authentication information in code during runtime. Developers do not need to hardcode authentication information in code. Next question. Which of the following AWS services does not provide IT infrastructure provisioning capabilities? And the options are: A. AWS Code Pipeline, B. AWS Cloud Formation, C. AWS Elastic Beanstalk, D. All of them. And the correct answer is option A. AWS Code Pipeline. Explanation. Code pipeline is a continuous integration or continuous delivery service that builds, tests, and deploys code whenever there is a change in the source code. Code pipeline does not in itself provision IT infrastructure. Instead, it uses available targets like ECS, S3, Elastic Beanstalk for deploying generated artifacts. Option B is incorrect. AWS Cloud Formation provides an easy way to model a collection of AWS resources, provision them quickly and consistently, and manage them throughout their lifecycle by treating infrastructure as code. Templates can be used to create, update, and delete an entire stack as a single unit, as often as needed. You can manage and provision stacks across multiple AWS accounts and AWS regions. Option C is incorrect. Elastic Beanstalk lets you provision resources and deploy a web application in a matter of minutes. Elastic Beanstalk handles your hosting environment's details and allows you to define capacity provisioning, load balancing, scaling, and application health monitoring for your applications. Option D is incorrect since code pipeline does not provision resources. Next question. Which of the below listed services is a region-based AWS service? And the options are A. AWS IAM, B. Amazon EFS, C. Amazon Route 53, D. Amazon CloudFront. And the correct answer is option B. Amazon EFS. Explanation. Amazon EFS is a regional service storing data within and across multiple availability zones for high availability and durability. Option A is incorrect. AWS IAM is a global service. Option C is incorrect. Route 53 is a global service. Option D is incorrect. Amazon CloudFront is a global service. Next question. Which AWS service allows number 1. Running Docker containers, number 2. Simple API calls to launch and stop container-based applications. And the options are A. AWS Docker Manager, B. AWS EKS, C. Amazon Elastic Container Service, D. AWS Fargate. And the correct answer is option C. Amazon Elastic Container Service. Explanation. AWS ECS is a container management service that facilitates container management on the cluster, including running and stopping the containers. The container-based applications could be launched or stopped using simple API calls. Option A is incorrect. AWS Docker Manager is an invalid option. This is just a distractor. Option B is incorrect. AWS EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service. AWS EKS is a managed service that simplifies Kubernetes deployment on AWS by eliminating the need to install, operate, and or maintain its own Kubernetes control plane. Option D is incorrect. AWS Fargate is an ECS and EKS compatible serverless compute engine for containers. Next question. To enable authentication for a large number of users accessing an Amazon S3 bucket via a mobile app, which of the following tools can be used? And the options are A. AWS IAM User, B. Amazon Cognito, C. AWS IAM Group, D. AWS STS. And the correct answer is option B. Amazon Cognito. Explanation. Using Amazon Cognito User Pool and Identity Pool, mobile app users can be authenticated to use AWS services like Amazon S3 bucket. Options A and C are incorrect, as IAM users and IAM group can create authentication and manage access for users accessing AWS services. These services are not suitable to provide authentication to millions of users accessing AWS services via mobile app. Option D is incorrect, as AWS STS is a service that grants temporary access privilege for AWS IAM users or federated users. Next question. Which of the following Lightsail features allows the customer to create a copy of the Lightsail instance in EC2? And the options are A. Lightsail Backup, B. Lightsail Copy, C. Upgrade to EC2, D. Lightsail EC2 Snapshot. And the correct answer is option C. Upgrade to EC2. Explanation. Upgrade to EC2 is the feature that allows customers to create a copy of the Lightsail instance in EC2. To get started, you need to export your Lightsail instance manual snapshot. You will then use the Upgrade to EC2 wizard to create an instance in EC2. Customers who are comfortable with EC2 can then use the EC2 creation wizard or API to create a new EC2 instance as they would from an existing EC2 AMI. Option A is incorrect. Using Lightsail Backup, you can create point-in-time snapshot of instances, databases, and block storage disk in Amazon Lightsail and use them as baselines to create new resources for data backup. Option B is incorrect. Amazon Lightsail lets you copy instance snapshots and block storage disk snapshots from one AWS region to another or within the same region. Option D is incorrect. A Lightsail EC2 snapshot is an invalid option. Next question. To configure the AWS CLI installation with specific the reason and the access key ID, what command should be used? And the options are A. AWS config service, B. AWS configure, C. AWS connect, D. AWS deploy. And the correct answer is option B. AWS configure. Explanation. AWS configure command helps to set up AWS CLI installation. AWS configure prompts for the following information. Number 1. Access key ID. 2. Secret access key. 3. AWS reason. 4. Output format. All these parameters are stored in the default profile. Information in this profile is used when no other profile is specified with the AWS configure command. If a user wants to run a specific profile with different parameters, the following CLI command can be used. AWS configure profile name. Option A is incorrect, as AWS configure service can be used to track changes made in AWS resource configurations. Option C is incorrect, as AWS Connect can be used to deploy a cloud-based contact center in the AWS cloud. Option D is incorrect, as AWS Deploy can be used to automate application deployment in Amazon EC2 instance. Next question. Your client has outlined a roadmap for cloud adoption and is looking for AWS assistance on the transformation journey to move to AWS cloud. Which of the following services would assist them in their transformation journey? And the options are A. AWS Trusted Advisor, B. AWS White Papers, C. AWS Professional Services, D. AWS Managed Services. And the correct answer is option C. AWS Professional Services. Explanation. Cloud adoption provides clients with sustainable business advantages. Bringing in specialized skills, tools, and experience from a cloud vendor can help clients in their cloud adoption journey extensively. AWS Professional Service Organization provides a global team of experts for achieving specific business outcomes for clients during their journey to AWS Cloud. One of the tools provided by AWS is the Cloud Adoption Readiness Tool, CART. CART helps assess the cloud readiness of an organization to move to AWS Cloud using a survey for assessing cloud readiness across different perspectives like business, people, process, platform, operations, and security. After CART survey completion, a customized cloud migration assessment report charting the readiness of the organization and improvement areas is suggested. Option A is incorrect, since Trusted Advisor is an online tool for provisioning AWS resources using best practices to reduce cost, increase performance or fault tolerance, improve security by optimizing the AWS environment. Option B is incorrect, since AWS white papers feature a list of technical white papers covering various aspects of the AWS ecosystem like architecture, security, service, economics authored by the AWS team. Option D is incorrect. AWS Managed Service provide abstractions to the AWS infrastructure services layer and ongoing management of AWS infrastructure that helps reduce operational overhead and risk. Thank you for watching this video. Buy our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner CLF-C01 premium questions with 50% off. Check link in the description.